Ghana. I was in Ghana about 3 weeks ago, and the KBNF did send me there for pediatric neurosurgery refresher. So I was there in Accra for a couple of days. The procedure is 1,000 United States dollars. Imagine taking a Liberian baby, infant from here to Ghana. You are going to pay for plane fares to and fro, and you are going to do some investigation, and definitely you pay. And don't forget, Ghana, normally as a foreigner, they are going to multiply the cost by 2. So, and that is so exorbitant, whereby there is where in KBNF, the Kolubu Neuroscience Foundation, its president, March Rattel, she told her, she said, but Alvin, we can help you people to be doing these minor cases here, because actually now we do not have shunts. So what KBNF does is that they help to provide us with shunt with 6 neurosurgeons from the United States of America. Of the 6, we have 3 well-established professors in neurosurgery, and then we have 4 residents, those who are specializing. So they are coming to work with me for us to be able to do some of those cases that we have been unable to do in Liberia. I was trained to do most of them, but I cannot do them in Liberia now due to the constraint, because we lack almost everything when it comes to neurosurgery. But KBNF is supporting me through the Ministry of Health in building this. So they have provided instruments, they have provided the operating microscope that will permit me to do brain surgery for cancer patients with cancer in the brain. And they are really, and they are bringing in those shunts. And now, I can tell you, the shunt in Liberia, it is normally to do that in Liberia, instead of you spending 1,100 United States out of here and then paying your fare, we normally, without the outreach, it is practically free. Practically free. Yeah, it is because, you know, in Liberia, with the Ministry of Health, normally surgery for children 5 and below, it is free. So most often, what happens is that I was able to travel to India through the Ministry of Health for some training, 1-month training, and I was able to purchase some of these shunts. So what I did when
what is the shunt that you make a reference to?
The shunts,
people listening to us,
good. Yeah, the shunts, they are like tube that we usually place in the head of the baby, and that tube we pass it under the skin to enter the stomach. And the aim of this is it is almost like plumbing. It is not plumbing, but I say I'm trying to relate it to plumbing. That means to reduce the quantity of water in the head, so that water will pass within that tube to enter the stomach. And now, that will help to reduce the pressure in the head. Because at times when you look at these babies, they have their eyes lower. And at times they have their head is so big, and at times, due to the pressure within the head, they will not be able, they will be vomiting a lot. And at times some of them will have seizure. So normally when we put in the shunt, that shunt will help to reduce the pressure in the head. So, so KBNF comes in to help us with this situation. This is just a little bit of it, but as the show goes by, I'm sure you will have other questions. Okay,
I'm sure basically you give us the history as to how became a beneficiary.
Thank you very much. My experience with KBNF brought me from an accident, and I went to JFK again the night of the incident. JFK told me that my back was okay. And later I got to know that I was breaking down gradually. I started experiencing a lot of deficiency in the body and all of that. And then I started walking, my walking changed, my urine posture changed, so many things started to change, and it started to break difficulty for me. And I had a young family, so I started breaking down. And then I decided to find solutions, as I know that there are obviously no need, there's $6,000–7,000 US. Well, a struggling man like me gonna raise that kind of money from God, very low. And then the Ghanaian fees and everything. And then I heard about the program. And so as soon as I touched
program.
Yes, as soon as I touched the ground, the soil of Liberia, I had my wife brought me some other clothes, and I was on my way to Tabetha. And when I got to Tabetha, went through the normal triage, went through did the CT scan and everything, and I was supposed to see, I was put on the vetting process. How is it for me?
That was how many years back?
That was last year, June.
Okay.
Last
Just
year,
a year.
Just a year. And I was, how is it like for me? And so, very fortunately for me, when I was given the opportunity to see the doctor, I thought it was this, 65 years old man and all of that. And then I had something fixed in my mind to attempt to you. I'm like, I ain't here to play fun. Yeah, in my mind. And I mean, this thing, I'm not here to play fun. I mean, I want to see the doctor because I was desperate to see Dr. Doe that you long heard about. And I sat in the chair again and I took the deep breath. I was, basically, I envy him a lot when I saw a young man have so much specialty for another time. And so it was then that I met March and the rest of the Canadians team. And the guy saw me as a beneficiary of the program. He saw me and then he wanted to interview me. And so I was like, he's asked a couple of questions and then he said, so with who have already benefited from the program. And so I said, no, come. And then if the team would come. And so, and I left with tears, of arrangements, medical arrangements with this neurosurgery thing is in Senegal. And so I went around again to solicit funds. Just in that time, I received a text message from him. He said, your story is touching. So, against all odds, I'm going to make you a part of. The bed was already ready for me. And I went through the surgery successfully from 7 p.m. to 6 the next morning. Yeah, that was very, 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 very.
You were subconscious?
I would have to be unconscious.
I know that.
This anesthesia thing kept me off balance for that length.
Dr. Doe, how the whole arrangement looks like. People listening to us, they want to know the sort of cases that you will be handling. You and your visiting doctors will be handling during the time of the surgery. So what are those cases that we are looking out for?
Thank you. Well, we intend. The goal of this is to do almost every cases in neurosurgery. Yeah, so that means from brain aneurysm. Let me break that down. That means from just swelling of one of the vessel in the brain. Okay, and that is a delicate surgery, and it is very expensive. I know this can be very expensive. So, and they intend to do people with broken back, and people that have been having this severe back pain. Okay, so then they will have to be reviewed. So, and we will be doing cases for those that have problem in holding. For example, there is a syndrome we call carpal tunnel syndrome of the hand. Most often you can see it in those who are into road construction, especially those guys who usually move those machines that vibrate a lot, and most often carpenters, okay, and mechanic guys, you often see that. Okay, so we are going to be doing everything for children.
Can that be addressed as a result of surgery?
Sure. And then we'll be doing cases for children, like I said earlier, children with big heads, and then children with some facial deformity that we call encephalocele. Okay, and then we'll be doing patient with knot at the back of their head. Okay, patient with knot in the lower back that we call spinal bifida, and we'll be doing many more cases. But what I want our people to understand, yes, to be honest with you, we just want to make our people to understand that though it is supposed to be free, okay, but we have some constraints. We want to say thanks to the John F. Kennedy Medical Center because they have come out to cut down some of the costs because they have decided that the only thing that would not be free there will be the medication from the hospital and then the lab results, but the rest will be free. I say
But
the rest,
the thing is, Dr. Doe, you are collaborating with a charity institution.
Yeah.
The Colibu Foundation. And when you talked about charity, looking at absolutely free of charge, what is it that the Liberian party is trying to bring in money based in the game?
Okay, so now, actually, they will come with drugs, but now after surgery, or even before surgery, okay, if they do not have those drugs that they are coming with, definitely those drugs that are at GFK, because GFK is doing more. GFK is planning to prepare temporary lessons with the Labrador Medical and Dental Council for all those doctors. Those doctors
who are coming.
Those doctors who are coming. GFK is going to launch them, going to be responsible to feed them, going to transport them in Monrovia. Okay? So, and that cost is huge, to be honest with you. Okay? And they are actually doing extremely well. For the first time, I'm a bit relieved because all along we have been going there, calling on the ministry for waiver with the Labrador Medical and Dental Council. Okay? So now GFK said that they will be responsible for that. Because So now GFK said that the only thing is that the surgery is free. Okay? The hospital stay at GFK is free. Feeding, they are going to feed the patients once you are hospitalized. The nursing care free. So it is just for example, if some of the drugs that will be needed and they are not brought by this charity organization, definitely. But one thing
but how possible that a charity institution like the one you are making reference to will be coming in to conduct those sort of services, surgeries, and then unfortunately they don't bring all of the accompanying drugs and all of that?
Okay, one thing I want our people in Radio Land to understand is that those instruments alone, those instruments that they come with, even they come with drugs, they are costly. That we should understand. Yes, it is a charity organization. The organization is not asking for money from anyone. But we are in Liberia. We want to build a neurosurgical unit. And now, don't forget, GFK purchased, those hospitals buy those drugs. So, definitely, it will not be all the drugs that will be paid for. Because some of those drugs will usually come. And the team will come along with it.
Surely.
And now GFK purchased the drugs. Those reagents for lab, they purchase them. So definitely, if they are being used, they have to be replaced. So it is almost like we have, this is about time, we have to make our people to understand. We have to build our institutions. Only us can do this. Yeah, because imagine if we have about 100% getting those medication, okay? If some of the medication, if they are not here, definitely GFK will have to replace them, okay? So I believe they are doing a great service. But now, for Jackson F. Doe, there where the huge problem is, and that is why we are calling on all Liberians and even NGO and even other communities like the Indian, the Lebanese communities, the Fula communities, and other corporate agencies to come in and support this cost. Because now, as I speak with you, okay,
give us an estimate of what is it like for somebody who has a problem. Let me put it this way. Maybe a parent has the child just born, though the child has this problem of fluid in the brains and all of that. I know those are cases I'm going to handle. What is it like? What's the estimate of the monies that they need to maybe generate? They need to gather before they can get set for the surgery.
Okay. So this is what we have been discussing. Okay. From by this discussion is going on with the KBNF Labyrinth Board. Okay. Because we are thinking, and we have already written letters around. We are still carrying letters to stakeholders. Okay. Just in case we cannot get what we did right for, because we did right for publicity, for fuel, for couch, because we should not forget some of these patients, because not all surgeries will be done in JFK.
Okay.
And the reason is simple. It is only because in Liberia currently, Jackson F. Doe Hospital in Tapita has the only operating microscope in the country. Though GFK will soon get theirs.
But that's in the future now.
Yeah.
We're talking about current.
Currently.
Okay.
So most of those deeply seated brain tumors will have to be flown to Tapita. And some other complicated cases of spine injury, they will have to be flown to Tapita. And now, who is going to be responsible for that? Some of our people. Because I know, because we have been doing this before, these things often happen at times they cannot afford. And to be honest with you, I would not advise a relative to leave Monrovia to ride on the road from Ganta to Tapita with a back injury, because that is going to make the condition worse. So now let me come back to your question. So our people, it is not that we are going to tax people, but
or charge them.
No, not at all. We are not going to charge. Okay, with the agreement, it is that we have to understand those who can afford can they give a little amount, and that amount has not yet been discussed. And I'm going to say this, and I want our people to understand this. If you do not have this amount, that does not mean you'll be denied. You will not be denied. Okay? Because you will not be denied. Okay? But it is just to see how best we can help others who will be in need. For example, there will be some who need some medication that might not be with this charity group. Okay? That might not be with them. So from that, we'll be able to get that medication for that person. Are you understanding me? Okay. So these are some of the things. But as now we have started the pre-screening at Jackson F. Doe Hospital and even John F. Kennedy Medical Center. So these are the questions that most of our people are asking, and we try to assure them that they should not be afraid. The Korobu Neuroscience Foundation is prepared to help them, and the KBNF is not asking for any money. It is only from us, because with the experience we have the Liberian year is to see how best we can help others, because not everyone will be able to afford to fly to Tapita.
Okay, so how because our people listening, they basically, I'm sure they will develop interest, especially those who have those cases that you make a reference to. What do they need to do? What is the first step that they need to follow to go through the pre-screening, to be enrolled and all of that?
Okay, the first and foremost, I just want to repeat this again. For those with back pain, that you have been taking medication for long and there is no improvement, I will advise you to go either to GFK Medical Center in Monrovia, and for those who are in Nimba and other part of Liberia that are closer to Jackson F. Doe Hospital, they can try to meet. They have to go to Jackson F. Doe Hospital and to be pre-screened, because now we are doing pre-screening. So for those in Monrovia and other counties that are closer to Monrovia, they can come to the John F. Kennedy Medical Center.
What is your interpretation of the pre-screening?
Okay,
what sort of information do you want from
Okay, good. So the pre-screening is meant to review the cases and to look at some of those cases that will need surgery. So our people, I just want them to understand that it is not every back problem, back pain
We need surgery.
that we need surgery.
Okay.
It is not everyone that comes with severe headache will have surgery. So the essence of it is to try to come out to get those cases that will need surgery. Okay? To get those cases. So as the name indicates, pre-screening. I mean before.
To determine whether.
Exactly. So now because when they come, they will be screened.
Okay.
They will be screened. Thorough medical examination. And then because you know neurosurgery, and they might have some tests to do. And those tests, like for most of those who will be operated, to do operation, okay, in neurosurgery, you need imaging, you need X-ray big brother. X-ray big brother, that could be either a CT scan or MRI. And that is very, very essential because that will help to confirm the diagnosis. And that will help me, the neurosurgeon, and the other colleagues who are coming to know how to approach if there will be any lesion within. Because we cannot see with our naked eye.
Sure.
So definitely. So now, coming back to the question that you asked. So I think our people should try, especially those who will be coming for the pre-screening, please try to save. Save at least so that when you come, when you are pre-screened, you can go and do, because definitely we'll have to ask you to do a CT scan. So now the issue of money comes in, because now there will be some who cannot afford it, and from the physical examination, just for examining this patient, get to understand, he said, no, there is something in this patient's brain. But this patient is poor, they cannot afford. A CT scan costs about $100.
United States.
United States dollars. Some of them would not. And now, to be honest, because from the previous missions, we have seen some of them broke down in the screening room and cried. So that is why we are calling on well-meaning Liberians, and we have decided to send out letters, and we continue to send out letters to stakeholders, corporate agency, to see how best they can help us in curtailing some of these issues. Because actually, some of these people, you know, it is now time that we have to get rid of someone that is a witchcraft. Okay? And now you have a neurosurgeon in this country. And you have a team of neurosurgeons coming. Because these are things that do not happen easily. And to be honest with you, if I stand to be corrected, I think this is the first of its kind to be having neurosurgeons coming to Liberia to do surgeries for people. Okay? Because the PBNF is the first of its kind, the Kulubu Neuroscience Foundation. So our people, so this is very important, especially for our people, because most of them cannot afford to travel.
Okay, so when do we start the entire process? I know you said the pre-screening is going on now. When does that end? And when do we see our people are taken to JFK or taken to NIMBA to go through the surgery?
Okay. So now the pre-screening is going to continue this month. Okay.
This entire
July.
Okay.
So this is the 1st of July. And we intend, because we're expecting the team in country on the 3rd of August, and then hoping that they will be going to the Liberia Medical and Dental Council for accreditation, because normally in a country which respects itself, any visiting doctor has to report to the medical council to present their credentials and to be sure of what they are coming to do. Okay, so that so the LMDC, that is the Liberia Medical and Dental Council, regulates that. And then the team is excited. They even want to start the same day on the 4th. So hopefully we plan to start intervention surgery either the 4th or the 5th. And now actually the mission is divided into 2. The first team of 5 neurosurgeons will be coming to the country for from will be here for, let's say, roughly 10 days, and then that team will leave on the 10th of August, and then there will be the second team that will come, and then that team will be with us till for another 10 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the entire surgical operations for
the entire
20 days.
mission. Yeah, it is quote unquote 20 days, but we should not forget there will be some leftovers. Most often, I usually do the leftovers because they normally leave some of their instruments with me and some of the needed materials for surgery. Okay, they usually leave them, and I usually do these cases. But what happens at the end, after maybe a month, I'm out of them and no funding to get them back, and we go back to zero. So, but the good thing about it, KBNF continues, okay, continue to support me, my practice in this country, and they continue to even provide some of the basic instruments and even some of the consumables for surgery.
Lackey, let's hear from you. When you went to Jackson F. Doe for surgery, what was it like for you? Did you pay exorbitantly? Were you asked to pay something, or was it just free of charge in totality?
Even if it were free of charge.
Yes, please come closer.
Even if it were free of charge, I would have made some personal donations to the hospital to tell you how much I appreciate them. The thing is, I went over to a study to read about this neurosurgical team in Ghana some time ago, and I heard about their story. They had some neurosurgeons there in Ghana, some resident neurosurgeons in Ghana too back then. But when the Canadians, experienced doctors, went over to Ghana to help aid them, they was like, what can we do to support this initiative? Let's provide the team transportation. Let's provide them lodging. Let's provide them food. Right? Those basic things in their capacity that they can provide as a country, they did. And guess what? The team was so overwhelmed, then happy with the whole process until they established that foundation right away. And now Ghana is one of the most referred country in not West Africa, in so many countries. Now, if KBMF decides to come to Liberia, what can we do as a country to help support their initiative? I mean, that's what I've been thinking about all this while. And I told Dr. Doe, we can't allow us as a country to always have setbacks in terms of things that we know that we can provide. I had an experience. I told you when I went to Tapeta Hospital, the hospital was not to run out of oxygen. The hospital was not supposed to run out of fuel. The hospital was not supposed to complain about food or lodging and what have you. Those things are things that Liberians need to provide for ourselves. Look, the hospital in Tapeta is ongoing. She was constrained. I was there when
that's last year.
Yeah, my surgery was done last year. My surgery was done, and everything started, going like that. The generator, they run on one generator. They have this power pool from Africa Coast. The hospital does not have transformer. The hospital does not have transformer to at least, when the electricity power goes, they put up that generator. So they're only running on generator. And now the generator, as I learned, I did my own background investigation. The generator consumption per hour for that generator that runs at the hospital is around 14 gallons per hour. If the team should come, do we expect them? I mean,
okay, so that's our question now to Dr. Doe.
Yeah.
Dr. Doe, does your institution, because I understand, like you said rightly, that surgical operations will be done at Jackson F. Doe and at the JFK. Do you have the capacity? Are you ready? Are you prepared to accommodate your colleagues to do the work?
Okay. In a way, that is a very important question. I want to thank you for that. And that is one of the many reasons we are here, because we know that this show is the most followed show in Liberia. so that, and we strongly believe that this message will go out. So that's why we are calling on philanthropists to see how best they can help, because the real issue is to see how best we can help to carry out. Because for GFK, that would not be a problem, because GFK is really offering a lot. And now it is only with Jackson F. Doe, because now we have a situation of few. Yeah, because actually Jackson F. Doe has been carrying out this intervention before, but now it has reached to a stage that it is very, very challenging for them. Currently, Jackson F. Doe made us, Jackson F. Doe said that, oh yeah, we would love for this team to come. But Dr. Doe, I think you are with us. You see that we are struggling. If the team, if you guys can try to help us with few, we are prepared to lodge our guests, but we need to feed them. We do not have feeding. We have so that means you guys have to look around to see how bad you can feed them the time they will be with us, how bad you can transport them. Monrovia Tapita by air. There's a flight that usually goes there, and then to see how people can have a generator of fuel for them to do more cases, and to transport them, okay, transport, feeding, fuel. Then coming back to those, the situation that mean, if there will be need for lab investigation, the family will have to pay, because if the patients cannot afford, then that will be a problem.
Do you have some rough figure, maybe? Because actually, people listening to us, yes, some philanthropists, maybe even the government would want to say, well, let's help with this mission.
Okay. This question that you asked me was asked yesterday when I met someone who did ask me, but do you have a budget? You know, actually, we have a committee. We have a committee, and since we started the pre-screening, I have been basic with the medical aspect. So to our people in Radio Land and to those who really want to help, okay, we are still planning on saying how best we are still trying to come up with an estimated budget, because for now we have already gone to the Mission Aviation Fellowship International, the flight that usually flies from Springfield to the airstrip in Tapita, and we have an estimated amount, and we have already engaged the administration of Jackson F. Doe, because we have been organizing there, and they have a committee there to see how much will it cost to feed, to be able to feed, and to be able to feed our guests, the number of them, and then to be able to have the generator on to fuel the generator for surgeries. Because like he said, some cases were not done in the last mission because we went out of
oxygen. Cases are pending also.
They are pending because we went out of oxygen or we're out of fuel. Okay? So now we are, but I just want to call on you, Mr. George, that whether you can give us another time that we can appear on the show, because I plan to leave tomorrow morning for Tapita to go and meet with the administration to discuss this. Okay, and then whether, because there is Dr. Ben Cooley who is in Monrovia and Lackey, I will be in communication with them, and for you to please give us another time for us to come and make our people to understand, because this is for Liberia, and it hurts as a neurosurgeon to see a Liberian leaving from here, going to Senegal where I was trained, or India to a hospital. Then I write, okay, we are the reason for referral is because we do not have the spine system available, or we do not have tube to put in the baby head. It hurts. It is really shameful. At times I will try to convince and say, you're just way small for the mission, but the thing is disease. You cannot allow that to continue. So so we are just calling our people to see how best they can help us, so that we can make this this mission a successful one. And then, not for only this mission, is to see how best we can try to develop the neurosurgical practice in Liberia, at Jackson F. Doe Hospital and at John F. Kennedy Medical Center.
Well, Dr. Doe, thank you very much. I'm sure time has caught up with us, but we'll show you that based on humanitarian purposes, we will make sure to afford you the opportunity, I'm sure, in the middle of this month, so that at least you can send the message out again to our people, so that those who have those cases will begin to prepare themselves, and then also so that our people, our philanthropists, our government, and others who can help, they can help the whole operation so that you can be successful. Thank you for your time today. Any final message?
My final message to our people, I'm going to use the Labyrinth parlance, okay? My people in Lofa, my people in Grand Jide, my people from Grand Cru, my people in Bon County, you please come. You come, especially not you come with problems that have to do with the hair. If you be having your hair hurting you, your backbone hurting for a long time, you've been taking medicine, no improvement, you're having problem to walk, come. If you are closer to GFK, come to GFK for the pre-screening. If you are closer to Jackson Hebdo Hospital, go there for the pre-screening, and we'll be happy to see you, because we are all labyrinths and we want to work with you people. We want to see how best to help you to improve your condition, because we are not gods, but we plan to do our best to help your condition to improve. Thank you.
Mr. Lackey, any final message also?
Yeah, I mean, I'm overwhelmed to be in your studio today. I'm impressed. And I'm sure this is not my first time. I think I've been here some time ago discussing other issues some other time. But I mean, like Dr. Doe rightly said, Dr. Ben and I will be here in Liberia. We'll be here in Montserrat. We're doing most of the running around to ensure that whatsoever basic arrangements that we will need and that we will need to have, we will be, here to do that. So if we should have additional time, if you don't see him, you will see me or you see Dr. Ben Kudi, to make sure that this mission is a success.
Okay. Well,
yes. Okay. We want to give a number that you can call on.
Okay.
A full number that you can call.
You're listening to the Bumper Show very, very shortly. We close up on this presentation of the show. I know you heard it out there. You are out there, and if at all that you want to benefit, you want to be a beneficiary of the surgical operations that should be coming up anytime next month. The invitation is yours. Like you said, they've started the pre-screening already at the Jackson Hebdo Hospital and that of the GFK Medical Center. You can go there and go through the pre-screening, and after which I'm sure they will tell you as to what to do next, and then you can form part of the process.
The number.
So you can call these numbers if you want to get in touch with our people who are heading this whole surgical operations. You want to get in touch with them, you can call on 0776 247 995. Again, 0776 247 995. Or better still, you can call in on 077 999 791. Again, you can call them on 077 999 791. You can call them and you get in touch with them. So that, thank you very much for the time.
You forgot the Lone Star?
Okay, let me just announce the Lone Star for you also. The Lone Star number is 0886 872 756. Again, if you are a philanthropist, you want to help with this surgical operation, you can call on 0886 872 756. That's the numbers to call, and then you are live right here on. You can call this number, and then you can also help with the surgical operation. Thank you, Dr. Doe.